Hi, hello everypony, I'm Cosmix and welcome to a new video. As always, get comfy because I've got lots to show you. So today I thought I might show off some skin concepts for Flutter, Louie, and Finn because they don't have many skins, and Louie actually doesn't have any skins in the dial shop at all. And I thought I might show my Floor 100 run in the background while I explain some headcanons and show off my skin concepts to you guys. Louie, Finn, and Flutter all got one skin each, so let's go check those out now. For Finn, I drew him in a Barnaby onesie because I thought it'd look cute, and it did. It actually ended up the second cutest out of the three that I drew. First I went in with a thicker line sketch, and I traced his base for a base to work off of. I drew the little fin and wind-up metal part, and the line art looked bad at first, but it got better once I went in with the thinner lines. Here you can see I'm just simply tracing over his base, but soon I'll add more onesie add-ons like looser clothing, and I also ended up adding really cute fins to the hands. Now that I had the main base done, I went in with a thinner lining because I didn't really like how it looked at first, but it soon looked way better with the thinner lining. Here you can see I kind of made the clothing a little bit more looser around the hips, and then I colored in his eyes, and then I just started working around that. Now that I had the final product done, it was finally time to color, and I was super excited for this part because I knew it'd look so cute once I was done. I just kind of had to trust the process with this. So first I added little tiny eye highlights, and it made him look so cute. And then I went in and started coloring the wind-up toy with gray, and then I added the little highlight to the wind-up toy. Then I pulled up a reference picture of Barnaby so I could take the colors right from him, and so I can know what details to add and such, and like where to add them and how to add them. And then I colored in the little middle part that I added to his onesie. And as you can see, I also added looser clothing around the hands, which is the fins I was talking about. And then I added the little lines where his feet and arms and the fin is supposed to be. And right here I was really doubting if it would look good, but I just had to trust the process. So then I went ahead and added the lighter details, like the lighter squiggly lines, just all around randomly on the onesie, trying to make it look as clean as possible. And this is how Finn turned out. I think he turned out so adorable. I really hope that they can add him into a onesie, into a Barnaby onesie actually, because I just think the concept and the idea of him being in a Barnaby onesie is just so adorable. That's why I wanted to bring it to life today. Then I started on Louie. Now, Louie, where he works at, is a circus, so I thought, though they usually serve cotton candy at circuses, so let's turn him into one. Louie was my least favorite skin that I drew out of the three just because I felt like it was kind of a recolor, but right here you can see that I turned his tail into more of a boxy shape so that it can be like the cones that hold cotton candy. Then I started on his cotton candy ears. I think these are the cutest part of his skin just because of how adorable cotton candy ears look. And then I copied the one that I drew and then I just put it on the other side, making a little tilt, and then here's where we start coloring. Here I started on the pastel color palette of blue, purple, and pink. I decided to make his ears blue and pink, and then I made his base skin color purple. I decided to add purple lines to his shirt and to his tail so that it can mimic the patterns of the paper that holds cotton candy when you usually get it. And then I decided to add separate color variants onto the arms and legs so that it can just look cute and have a bit more extra detail because I felt like it was a bit bland at this point. And there's Louie. Despite him not being my favorite out of the three, I think he was really cute. And I think what saved him was the pastel color palette because I personally really like pink, if you couldn't tell already. And last but certainly not least is Flutter. Now Flutter is my favorite skin out of all three, and it might be biased because it is based off of my favorite animal. So I based her off of the Malaysian flying fox bat. I really love them and they're so adorable, so I thought this would go really good for Flutter, and I feel like this would especially be really good for a Halloween skin. With Flutter, I really just went wild and added a whole bunch of extra stuff, such as giving her like a sharper, I don't know how to call it, but like a more sharper and fluffier like neck fluff. And I went ahead and gave her bat wings too, and I also kind of pawed her feet too. I drew the bat ears on, and then I decided to put her antennas at the tip of the ears, which looked really cute. And then I added the skin of the wings on, and it looked really cute. But I think what really pulled it together was the nose that I decided to draw in last second that looked so adorable on her. And then after that, it was time for coloring. Since this one in particular had a lot of new features, it took the longest one to draw, but it was still really cute. I just took the colors from the reference picture and I just kind of plugged them in where I thought they'd look the best, and it ended up looking so cute despite the most natural colors. And this was Flutter. Now, I think that she turned out the cutest out of all of them, and I'm pretty sure it's biased, but it's still, like, she's just so adorable and I love her so much. And thank you so much for watching all the way through. I really hope you enjoyed watching my Floor 100 run in the background too. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. You're really the sweetest. As always, stay comfy, safe, and secure. Bye-bye!